So today, what I need you guys to do is to use your imagination. I want you to imagine yourselves in a comfy classroom where the warm sunlight is coming through the window. Alright? Done? Great, because we're going for a fine ride to learn. Now, I'm pretty sure you've already seen modal verbs somewhere, right? Can, could, must, should, would, and all. Alright, so for today, we're only going to pick the fun ones. Today, we're only taking a look on would, could, and should. Grab some snacks and, of course, your pen and copybook. Now, let's start with would, shall we? There are 6 ways where we can use would. Now, we use would with formal or polite requests. Let's say, for example, you're going to an elegant coffee shop, but you can't find any empty table for yourself. Obviously, you can't drink your coffee while standing up, right? You find an empty chair, but you need to ask for permission first. So you say, "Would you mind if I sit next to you? Would you mind if I sit next to you?" So here we use would in formal requests. Now we also use would when we want to express unreal situations in the present. Situations that would never happen. There is no chance that this situation would happen. Let's take, for example, if I were rich, I would build shelters for homeless. If I were rich, I would build shelters for the homeless. As you can see, we have the past in the first and we use would in the second sentence. We also use would to express unreal situations in the past, not only in the present. For example, if I had woken up early, I would have made it on time. If I had woken up early, I would have made it on time. But I didn't wake up early, so I missed the event. And now I'm sad. We also use would to express the future in the past. For example, when I was a kid, I thought that I would be a doctor. When I was a kid, I thought that I would be a doctor. So when I was a kid, I used to say, "Hey, I'll be a doctor when I grow up." But that didn't happen. So let's take a look on the last one, which is we can use would when reporting, which means we use it in reported speech. Let's take, for example, Jack said that he would pay for the food. That means that Jack came up to me and said, "Hey, I'll pay for the food." So when I tell my other companions, I say, "Hey guys, don't worry. Jack said that he would pay for the food." So instead of will, I use would. Now let's recap. We use would to talk about unreal situations in the past. Talk about unreal situations in the present. To refer to the future in the past. To report, past form of will. And we also use it with formal requests. Now let's take a look on could, shall we? Where do we use could? And how do we use it? We have 6 ways of using could. First, we can use it to ask for permission. For example, "Could I use your computer?" So here I'm asking for your permission to let me use your computer. Now, we can use would to ask for requests. For example, could you like my latest picture, please? Could you like my latest picture, please? So here, I'm requesting you to like my latest picture. We can also use could for situations in the present. Unlike would, we use could for situations that can possibly happen. In other words, there is a chance that this situation could happen. For example, we could go for a walk today. We could go for a walk today. Here, I'm telling you that we could go out and take a walk, maybe for some fresh air, if I feel like it. We also use could for possible situations in the past. For example, if I had gone with a bike, I could have bought the latest game release. Which means if I took a bike ride, I could have made it earlier and bought the game that I wanted to buy. Now, we also use could to express past ability. For example, when I was a kid, I could do gymnastics. This is a past ability because now I cannot do gymnastics, unfortunately. Lastly, we use could to express impossibility. For example, you are taking a walk and you see someone similar to your friend. You say, that could not be her. She is at school now. So let us recap. We can use could for requests, asking permission, possible situations in the present and possible situations in the past, past ability, and impossibility. Last but not least, the modal verb should. All you need to know about should is that it's for advice, and that is to either request for a piece of advice or to give a piece of advice. Let's say, for example, you want to go to an event and you need to look stylish. You call your friend and ask her, "Hey, Sam, which dress should I wear? The blue one or the white one?" So here, you're requesting for advice. Let's take another example. Let's say you see your brother playing games and he has exams the next day. You would say, you should stop playing games and start studying. In this case, you're given a piece of advice and not requesting one. Now, you can use should in different ways too. For example, imagine you had a flight, but you came 2 hours early to the airport and now you have to wait. You would say, "Ugh, I shouldn't have rushed here. Now I have to wait." So, in this case, we're not given advice or requesting it. We're actually expressing regret, which means I could have done better and took my time to buy some souvenirs. So, we use should to either request for a piece of advice or to give a piece of advice. Or we also use it to express regret, or somehow an improvement, if I might say. Now, let's do a quick, simple activity. Now, all you have to do is to give me one answer according to the sentence that I'm about to give you. The first sentence is, you should study to get better grades. Is it advice, permission, or ability? You have 5 seconds. The answer is advice. Now let's go to the second sentence. When I was a kid, I could speak Spanish. Is it past ability, request, or permission. You have 5 seconds. The answer is past ability. Now let's go for the third sentence. If I had a car, I wouldn't take the bus. Is it unreal situation in the present, unreal situation in the past, or past ability? The answer is unreal situation in the present. Now let's go to the next sentence. Could I enter, please? Is this ability, permission, or possibility? The answer is permission. Now let's go to the last sentence. It couldn't be the correct answer. I've seen the correction. Is this past ability, unreal situation, or impossibility? The correct answer is impossibility. Now that wraps up the video for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you understood and have a great time. Don't forget to revise before you go to sleep and right after you wake up in the morning.